Strong Girl Namsoon is a K-drama series starring Lee Yomi in the title role. It is a spin-off show from the 2017 highly ranked K-drama Strong Girl Boksong. The show aired on JTBC, a South Korean pay television network, from October 7 to November 26, 2023, every Saturday and Sunday. The series is also available on Netflix. The premise of the show follows Gang Namsoon, who grew up in Mongolia after being separated from her parents as a child. 15 years later, she travels to South Korea in search of her birth parents, where she becomes entangled in a drug investigation case that tests her strength to the fullest. As the title suggests, Namsoon is strong, like strong, superpower strong. The good. Strong Girl Namsoon is a quirky show about family and identity, which doesn't take itself seriously, as it takes you on a whimsical ride which will have you laughing, crying, and shaking your head at its absurdity. Lee Yomi plays the titular character Namsoon and is absolutely lovable as the blunt Mongolian-raised strong girl who will worm her way into your heart. As someone who's currently learning Korean, I found the character's story arc on learning Korean and about Korea relatable. Just like Namsoon, I actively became aware of the marvels of South Korea thanks to the global phenomenon that was PSY's Gangnam Style. Having taken a couple of Korean classes, I'm appreciative of how complicated the language system is. You have to be very careful with how you address people, using the correct honorifics when addressing those older than you or during formal speech. Otherwise, people will think you're being rude or disrespectful, even when your intentions are quite the opposite, which of course happened a lot to Namsoon. It won't be a K-drama without twisted love stories interwoven into the plot that will tug at your heartstrings, some obvious, others less so. Namsoon's mother is also quite the femme fatale character, business mogul by day and catsuit wearing, bike riding villain huntress by night. The bad. The multicast show feels bloated and seems to lose focus pursuing side plots which don't add much to the story and instead make the pacing a bit erratic and slow at times. The show is at its best in the first third of the plot, with the middle act becoming rather all over the place. For a show with a titular character, Namsoon's mother seems to steal the show and plot. The show does make an in-house joke about this when someone complains about how she's always making herself the center of things. Then there's the villain, who seems wrongly cast as the bad guy, dresses far too sharply to be so broody. You almost want something different for him, or at least to have a story arc with redemption. Sometimes it's difficult to know how to react to certain things. A dark or emotive scene can suddenly become a slapstick comedy moment which undoes the setting and atmosphere. Some of the funny moments can turn into an over-the-top cringe fest, especially when coupled with funny sound effects, like in case you missed, this is supposed to be a funny moment and you should be laughing. The ugly. The show has some body-shaming aspects, with one of Namsoon's twin brother being made into the butt of jokes for his eating habits and weight, which leads him to take drugs for weight loss. There's a drug storyline which isn't sympathetic to the victims of Dogo's drugs, and instead drug shame than actually address a drug problem with therapy and rehabilitation. Final thoughts. While all the storylines get resolved, the show ends with a teaser that is setting up for another spin-off show, but with the male lead having the super strength. Strong Girl Namsoon has its moments, and you can see how it's managed to top the Netflix and the JTBC charts. It's endearing and quirky, though it can get a bit overboard, stepping into the realm of the downright silly, which can either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your temperament.